You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. And what has to happen here, Reese, this has to happen. And what I keep telling people, how do you outsmart them? What we should be focusing on right now is what is the first day you can request your absentee ballot? What's the first day you can get that? We've got to be using all of our platforms telling our people, don't wait to the last second to get it and then mail it in. We should be, what's the first day? And then when that sucker comes in, mail it back. So the first thing, Reese, is, all right, when do you start, or what are the deadlines for registering to vote in November? One of the things that we're going to start doing is compiling that and start giving those dates. This is July right now. Start giving those dates. These are the deadlines. Don't wait for the last second. If you think your address has changed, fill out a new application so they can't sit here and play that game. And then once registration is over, now when you can start requesting your ballot and then getting that in. And so I don't want us, forget CP time, folks joking about that. I want us to be early, and all of a sudden they look up and go, what the hell was going on?
Absolutely. And I want to shout out Voteorg, which is a Black woman owned and led organization that focuses on this very thing. We have to be talking about strategies at the individual level. Yes, we know that there is going to be massive voter suppression, but what are the individual steps that we can take to protect our vote as much as possible? And to your point, Roland, it involves being early in terms of requesting your ballot. It involves double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking that you are registered. It involves educating yourself in how to properly fill out your ballot so that they cannot use the absentee ballots as an excuse to surgically target voter suppression by throwing out these ballots. Make sure that you understand the rules for turning in your ballot, making sure that it has the proper signatures, make sure that it has everything filled out. We have to cross our T's and dot our I's because they are coming for our vote. So we have to be that much smarter about our strategies, about execution, about the timing, about following up with our vote. And if you can vote early, then sign up to go work the polls, because that's going to be a whole nother issue on voting day and in early voting that we're going to have to deal with. But yes, we individually can do something to make it as hard as possible for them to suppress our vote in the way that they want to.
And again, Erica, what you have to be proactive. The reality is you're not going to be seeing the typical campaigns we're used to, door-to-door campaigns. You're not going to see voter registration events taking place at concerts, taking place at major events, because there are not going to be any major events. We're already seeing it right now. I can tell you right now, don't be surprised if we're going to have distance learning, online school, so you can forget. And again, I know people don't like it, but guess what? All of those HBCU football classics, bye-bye. Homecomings, bye-bye. And so right now, people have to be understanding digital. And this was why, and look, I praise the Lord because that's where the vision came from. But in 2017, when TV One canceled my show, I said, Tom Jones retiring in December 19, we've got to make sure that we have a vehicle that's reaching African Americans that's going to be in position in the 2020 election. And so that's why that was the whole strategy. I said we launched in 2018, give us a whole year and a half to really build up. So once 2020 dropped, boom, we're ready to go. And that was the whole piece. And so now all these black groups out here and other black media, they're now scrambling, trying to figure out a digital strategy. And this is how we communicate and get the word out every single day. That was exactly the plan.
Yeah, and congratulations to you for moving ahead of the tide, Roland. And I'll just echo Dr. Carr here real quick and go ahead and put 5 on it at RMU Unfiltered Cash App right now to make sure this type of media continues to be elevated. And so, listen, we're at a very critical place. And so people have a decision to make about their platforms. They can continue to utilize their platforms to really in a way that does not draw attention to what is necessary at this time, which is people, as Reese talked about, having that whole mechanism of understanding voting by mail, absentee ballot, voting by home, however it is that a person calls that particular naming convention, we have got to be prepared. That is one thing that I've been talking about on my platform for at least a couple of years now, is to, number one, have a voting plan. Reese mentioned Vote.org, which I love that organization. I love that whole platform, because what it also provides is a COVID electoral hub, so that people can see within their specific state all of the different changes that are happening in their state. It gives all that information that you talked about, Roland, which is knowing what your state's registration dates are, knowing all of those specific dates, and it updates hourly. So I echo Reese in talking about Vote.org, and people need to get informed. You can even go ahead and register, and you can make application for your online ballot from that platform. But this is the time where people have to make decisions about what the rest of the year looks like. We still have 2020 census ongoing, and they have a big Faith Weekend rollout happening this weekend as well. So we need people to really be very honed in on what is the main thing. The main thing is ensuring that not only this occupant of the White House, but his vice president, all of those that are in his regime are fired effectively, so we can begin about making COVID the public health crisis that it is, and then all the other issues as well.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.